Hey, here we go. Big dick sandwiches. Okay, we're picking up from at 6 o'clock on day one. I didn't roll weather in the first session, so that was totally on me. It is cold. It's not horrifically cold, and we'll pick weather up when we get on to the next days. Um, it's cold enough that you would maybe start to think about like wanting to find a heavier cloak as you guys kind of look around here. Um, It's about 6 o'clock. The sun is beginning to set. It's not gone down behind the trees in the buildings yet, but the shadows are decidedly getting longer. Um, I would say that Midian, I believe, changed guard with Stranu previously and has retired inside the bar after he saw the dinghy start to return from the Theodore Mail. Um, That dinghy is filled with Cicatrix and Logi returning from their conversation with the captain, and in tow with them we have four NPCs, fellow members of the third company of the fourth expedition. Their names are Hakon the Hardy, a beefy human fighter, Murph, just Murph, a halfling rogue, Killian the Blue, a half-elf wizard, and Henry the Kettle, a human cleric who looks like he's about 15 years old. Uh, constantly nervous. He doesn't talk much. They are all looking around in excitement and trepidation as the boat is rowed by Hakon the Hardy at a rather breakneck speed. Kikatrix, perhaps a little in his cups from smashing that bottle earlier, is just kind of watching the sun reflect off the water, happy to be off the ship and perhaps looking forward to what new and interesting creatures he can hunt and kill. Logi, I would say, is probably in a book as they're going on. There was some perception checks that were rolled regarding that in Discord, and they didn't go well. So I don't think that we'll really touch on that much more than to say that there was a bit of like light flashing across the waves and like this area as you guys are making your way back to the docks. Um, you reach the docks, Logi and crew. Uh, what do you do? And you're gonna show them the new base.
Yeah, Logie goes around and shows them around almost in the tavern and relaying the captain's message of saying that we need more information and to find where the people are for docking.
You're relaying this basically inside the inn to anyone who might be listening.
Yeah, and still giving Finkel wide berth.
Why is that out of curiosity?
Oh, Logie still feels bad about pretty much scaring Finkel the entire time of being next to Finkel in battle and just freezing the dog and then shouting and scaring this dragonborn. Like Loki just feels bad that he was just just there, reading a book, closes book, and then just proceeds to do all that.
Fair enough. Um, Midian have any kind of reaction to this new information? What the anything that uh, the captain said? Any questions for the other members of the third company? These are people that you would all be relatively familiar with, by the way. You have traveled with them pretty extensively, um, so they wouldn't be brand new. What's that? Uh, Haken the Hardy leading the group looks at you and says, "Haken's not a cat, bro. Take what easy, man." Yeah, I just
With
came in and you're coming at me with harsh waves. Easy. Eh, eh. Got anything else left in that bottle? He, he waddles up and takes it, and he seems to weigh the glass and gives you kind of the side eye, but drinks it anyway. It's just keek like yeah, he just climbs up the back of it and sinks a knife and jumps up, sinks a knife into the tabletop and pulls himself up. She looks at you and blushes a little bit and quickly turns away and runs to the back to start chattering with Sister Hazel, who for some reason I feel like they're good friends. He shrinks back from you, like against the wall as you approach him, like he knows it's coming, and he like closes his eyes and you can see him shaking his head a little bit, like, no, 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 and it happens and he just like shrinks down into himself and just looks a bit miserable. Yeah, it's good to see you. You too. He's already been defeated.
Yeah, I'll be all right with that. And Logie at the moment is just sitting down, just trying to decompress. So he's opening up his book a little bit. This is happening as everyone's being introduced and meeting up again. He's just decompressing from having a conversation with the captain and sergeant. He wasn't really the most eloquent there.
It's the funny thing about all this is that like you have no interest in talking to most people, but you have
I did the most
just a
talking.
ridiculous charisma. Like, no, you're the face, man. Like every group has a face. Stupid.
It's stupid. At 20.
He tossed an 18 in there and then went tiefling. What are you gonna do? So this you guys want to go to the shed. Logie is decompressing with his book in response. Am I not understand that correctly?
Oh, he was doing that while everyone was meeting up with one another and talking
Got it.
again. I was just trying to.
I know that man because that is me. That's how I go about a lot of stuff. It's easier. So that's what you guys are gonna do and do.
Yep.
Okie dokie. If I can find a little okie dokie. I don't really know if we need to do a map thing for this. Are you taking anybody else with you? Just two of you. Haken.
Nathan? Okay.
I was kind of thinking about making him talk like this, but more surfer bro at the same time, like almost Schwarzenegger surfer bro. Yeah, I think it kind of works. Yeah, I think that's what we'll stick with. Sure, guys, I'll go check out this shed with you. No funny business, though, huh? Midian, I know how you like to get in the dark, you dirty boy. And he tosses his club over his shoulder and he stands up to follow you guys out. He didn't really sit down. Like, yeah, maybe ask him. No, no, it's something that they used to haze me with in fighter school, and I kept it.
All right.
Yeah, we'll go to the shed. That sounds good. Yeah. Um, I feel like you guys probably made more out of the shed than what it is. Uh, yep. No, it's like a 10 by 15 shed as you approach it. It structurally looks sound, as in decent repair. The interior of what you have seen so far has not been in great shape. We're talking like a brown snowball here, but there's a fair assumption that was largely due to asshole slavers, I suppose, more than anything else. Not to put too fine a tip on it. Um, this shed looks largely ignored when you approach it. The door, one of the doors, there are two, is hanging ajar slightly, and you can kind of see inside in the fading light, and it doesn't look like anything other than a shed, to be honest with you. Like you think you can see a couple of tools like hanging from pegs on the wall. Yeah, yeah. Hinky. It besides the fact that the door is kind of hanging off kilter, which you are kind of assuming that it's the result of somebody breaking in there as a result of their own curiosity.
So it has have signs of being rummaged around before us.
You wouldn't be able to tell without opening the door and going inside.
Yeah. I,
He nods like the big human golden retriever that he is and says, "Yeah, man, sure. I can totally do that for you." He says, "Are we doing this all tactical like, or am I just opening the door and going in there like, yeah, yeah, cool, man?" He fucking just kicks the door in and like goes in there like a fucking bear. You watch this fucking big dumb surfer guy break into the shed and look around. He's got his club held in both hands, and he's like he's hyperventilating almost, and he's looking around expecting something to come out at him, and nothing does. It is a storage shed. So, Midian, I don't think there's any scary monsters in here, bro. Oh God! He turns around and he swings against the wall. Says, "Why you always fuck with me like that? I thought we were boys." I guess that's fair. All the girls used to say that too, huh? Huh? And he kind of gives it like nudges you with his elbow. No, his elbow. Fingers are different, Midian.
does it have
Uh,
like planks for like added like fortification for the tavern per se?
okay, fair question. You do see what looks like some small lengths of wood. It could have been as much of like broken timbers. Some of them are slightly curved from, say, like kegs or crates or something like that, right? That had broken apart, and somebody is trying to salvage this. It also could have been like discarded spars from someone making boats, and there's even a couple of planks in there that look like nice and well cut that were probably used for like dock repairs and things like that. We're not talking a massive amount here, like basically what you could find stacked into a corner, and it looks all cobwebby and fucking gross. In addition to that, there are several tools up on the peg wall on one side, including a sledgehammer, a shovel, a pickaxe, rope. The fuck is that word? And a trowel, sledgehammer, shovel, pick, rope, trowel. There are what look to be several sacks of sand. You're not certain what those are for, um, but it does look like regular sand, probably from the beach right outside. They're all stacked kind of haphazardly in a corner. The floor is covered in matted straw which is quite moldy. There is an old smell to the room like hops, and as you look into another corner, you see what were probably two beer barrels that have been stoved in. Their contents had spread along the floor, and just over time had become a moldy, moldered mess. But you notice that there's a certain kind of discoloration to the molded straw on the floor, almost like when these beer barrels did split apart and the liquid ran out, they kind of ran not quite into a channel, but if they as if they spread out in a vaguely rectangular shape, and the liquid didn't go much further than that. So as you kick this straw away, you do find a trap door, maybe like 3 feet wide and 4 feet long. Um, it lifts up on hinges on one of the long sides. It does not appear to be locked. It is closed. I should have made that clear. Like I wasn't trying to say that you found it and opened it all in one go. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if there's treasure down there, bro. Do you want me to just lift this with my massive arm muscles? I can do that for you, Midian. Yeah, I would love to do that. Here, hold my club, and he like basically hits you with it. Yeah, no problem, man. Hey, thank you, thank you. And he bends into the classic squat position, except he's grabbed the ring around the door and slowly, ever so slowly, lifts it up, showcasing his perfect lifters form, even though the door is clearly not that heavy. There is a stone staircase that extends down below. It's about the same width as the door, so maybe 3 feet wide. We're talking like one person can go down it at a time. No, that doesn't make sense. We'll call it five. That makes more sense. 5 feet wide, 5 by 4. And it opens up a bit as you go down. You don't see the room really start to open out until later on, like towards the bottom of the stairs. I'm going to jump you guys over here real fast. It's kind of a smaller screen. I don't know how big it'll be for you guys. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Go ahead and drag yourselves out on that. You should be able to move Hakon as well. You should also be able to look at his character sheet if you open it up. Okay. Put yourself at the top of the stairs, though. Oh, top is at the bottom. Sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I can understand how that would have been confusing. Um, yeah, the stair extends down maybe 10 feet or so. There is what looks like a brazier for a torch on the wall, and at the bottom there looks like one like keg-sized barrel, like a pony keg, and a mop bucket with a mop sticking out of it. You cannot see much more of the room from that point. It is dark. Um, I know you have dark vision, Midian. Logi, do you? I don't think
Yeah,
that.
I have vision.
Do you? Okay. Hakon does not. He. Okay, yeah, he's totally can. It says, bro, it's pretty dark down there, man. He takes his club back. Dancing lights. Yeah. Or hover in the air for the duration. You can also bind into vaguely humanoid. 10-foot radius. Each is a 10. radius. Okay. 4. Yeah, correct. Yeah. I believe you can also combine the 4 lights into one glowing, vaguely humanoid form of medium size. Whichever form you choose, each light sends dim light in a 10-foot radius. So I think you're still looking at 10 feet. I don't think that it multiplies that. It definitely extends what you can see at the base, but there is a wall that blocks out most of it until like the bottom of the stairs. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, well, okay. You guys want to talk that over for just a minute? Danny's headed to bed here, so I'm gonna,
Yeah.
yes, I'm gonna do that and check in on when I need to baby break here. Though I think that we got probably half an hour on that, but I'll be back in a second.
Um, I'm thinking of carefully going down the stairs, um, like right around here where I'm pinging, and I have this mirror. Thinking if I could just use that mirror to get around the corner and still see if I can see something with dark vision. I'm thinking if that might be a possibility to help get us like a little bit more seeing in. Oh, okay. The die's already been cast. Yeah. Um, I have. Oh, where is it? Yeah, I have a light crossbow with 20 bolts, and I have 2 daggers. Yeah, I'm very ranged, but I guess if like it really needed to be happened, I can use the daggers. Uh, yeah, unfortunately I missed. But no, I didn't use any spell slots yet. It was just been cantrips. Yeah. So far that and thaumaturgy. I just saw that Dragonborn guy and I was just like, I feel like I really kicked a hornet's nest here. Um, thaumaturgy. No. Um. Oh yeah, yeah. I keep forgetting that's thaumaturgy. Spells. No, it's Yeah, is really just trying to freak someone out, really. Yeah, yeah. And if need be, as he's like rushing down, cast thaumaturgy and say, um, we're not like the enemy. Yeah, we come in peace. Yeah, and just hopefully that yeah, yeah. As long as Hakan, is that Hakan or Harkin? If he doesn't say anything as I'm trying to help us all out. Yeah, yeah. Just turn around and go, what'd you say? You meathead. Can it? Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not entirely sure if Logi's gonna have a true voice. If anything, it'll probably be like way later. For now, Logi is literally me incarnate on paper. Um, right now, um, he's all right. He got his taste for it. His name is Levistus. He's the Lord of the Fifth, and yeah, I think it was like of nine hells. He's like the fifth. He's basically the safest one out of all of them because he's a chunk of ice that no one can get to. He can't get out, but his presence can be known, and he's the one that tricked me with the prospect of information for this expedition. But again, that whole entire first few hours of us being here, Logie is just now realizing the gravity of his own personal situation. That technically, Levistus didn't lie, but Levistus is basically got my life in his hands. I have um just for power and influence. He's looking for well, in my case, great minds. Logie is a smart cookie, but he's not all street smart. That's the only thing he's really lacking in. Yeah, mhm. And I was just easily distracted in the promise of information. So Loki's just like, uh, just learn. Again, with this being a relatively unexplored island, that intrigued Loki, and again, Levistus just wants power. He needs souls, and I'm might be one of those people that could possibly do that. And again, with on a relatively new island. No, nothing yet. I just got here. But again, I think so. That's what I was struggling after once you and Claire initially asked me my alignment. Again, when I looked at it, it was completely blank. And I was just, well, now that I think about writing like Logi's actual backstory, is he's just a researcher. He likes information. He likes writing stuff down. He's not necessarily just lawfully good, but doing research on Levistus, that dude is lawfully evil. I was just, yeah. So I was just I'm very chaotic neutral. Yeah. Like I aim to be a very good person, but I have um like a bad presence of me, and it's not entirely of my doing. It's just I can only push him so far before he just like wipes away my memory. And then I'm just like, all right, I'm a bad guy now. Would I? Okay. Yeah. And I've been talking to Paul with how to act with Levistus as not necessarily being consistently um like trying to worm his way through with his words because he's a very charismatic person as well. And so I've he already swayed me with the promise of information, and that's how I got here. And with him being a influence of like Ray of Frost, that's where I got my Ray of Frost from, is literally being alignment with him. So it was just a perfect writing at that point in time that I would use Ray of Frost and Levisus just to like, you had no idea, did you?
It worked out all right. Yeah, dogs are made to be killed. It's D&D.
But it's
I,
just
I
I
thought she
don't
played it perfectly. It made sense to me, but also, fuck
I
that
don't
dog.
aim for Loki to be um, at the end of the day a bad person. Like he'll inevitably mess up, but like I aim for Loki to just one day solve his personal issue with that guy. But that won't be today.
Oh yeah, we're talking like that's like 12th level play.
Yeah, or a way to like get through that block of ice and just go for the throat.
Dope. Don't get me wrong, but like, yeah, that's
Loki
that,
just wants to read books, man.
you know what? I totally fucking understand that.
But Loki's here now. He's learning fast of like to deal with what he's got going on.
All right. Speaking of here now, I got about half an hour before I got to do this bottle thing. So let's power through this. That's not the end of things. I'm cool with playing again, but that'll be like a solid 20 minute. I'm gone.
Okay.
Uh, just letting you guys know. Oh, she's moving now, so it might be now. Fuck. Wait. Danny just went in there though, so it could just be squigging. I think we're good. Oh, hold on. Right now? Oh, I thought you'd gone in already. She just moved. She looks still now, but I think you're good to go. Yeah, she looks, yeah. Okay.
Um, I'll kind of stay a little bit back. I'm still thought of the plan of like as damn, what's his name again? Hakon. Hakon's going down there just full on just cast thaumaturgy and using him as a focal point and say like with 3 times as loud and saying that we just came back dealing with your people. Uh, we're technically we're not here to be of harm. Yeah, just basically being a vocal point saying we dealt with these guys. We're the good guys. We're not the bad guys here.
What's okay? We're gonna stop right there. Haken gets to the bottom and he has his club in front of him. He's kind of squinting. He can see a bit better now because of the light that you've put in there. He slowly creeps down the stairs. He's clinking like the whole time, right? The motherfucker's wearing like ring mail. Ching, 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 ching. You know, but he's trying. He's trying. He's got this goofy ass grin on his face the whole time. Yeah, yeah.
Trying
Right,
to look.
but right when he gets to the bottom, he stops and he gets serious, and you can see him kind of like take a deep breath and steady himself, like, and then he jumps to the bottom of the stairs, like jumps out to the ground, and he looks around. He holds his bat up in a very menacing way, and he says, and he looks around, and then he stops and he looks back wide-eyed up the stairs, and he just says, "Guys, you need to run." And then he, yes, and then he breaks out laughing. He says, "I got you a good one, no, you fuckers." Okay. He's,
Logan's
says,
like just like hands his hands at his knees, just like that's not cool.
"I got you fuckers." No, it looks clear though. It looks just like some kind of storage area here. There's some kegs. It looks nice actually. I want to maybe have a little bit. He kind of walks past the stairs down into the room. I'm gonna reveal some stuff here for you real fast. Not everything, because you've got the lights and where you're positioned at, but I think that that's probably fair for where you guys are at right now. As you move into the room and look around, it feels still. It's a little wet because it's underground and it's realistically all of like 150 or so feet from the shore. Logie, I would. This is just a pro tip. Be careful where you move around when you're on any kind of map. If
Okay.
you casually step into a trap, I will hit you with a trap.
All right.
Yep, that's just a friendly warning. Not saying that there is one here,
Yeah.
but
But for like as future reference as moving forward.
just yeah, and just looking around in this instance, it's fine. There, but Logie is curious and always wants to see what's going on, so it is also playing the character. The room is silent. It feels a little chilly, a little damp. That makes sense given the geography of the area that you're in. The walls of the basement, our cellar, if you will, are actually of decently worked stone. It looks like it was natural, like, and somebody went through and it basically chiseled it. It doesn't quite look like dwarf work to you, but it, looks like somebody who knew what they were doing. Based on your own mental maps, you would guess that a good portion of the two rooms, this room, God damn it, I need to be on the select to do the thing. This room and this room over here are mostly under the bronze nilbog, especially this room. This room, you don't think so. That seems like it extends more towards the cliff face. The contents of the room, there is a small, not an altar, but like raised step, I suppose, where there's a couple of larger kegs that have all been tapped, and surrounding it there's like stacked up on the walls here and here look like an assorted amount of like pony kegs, as if they, instead of hiking the big ones up the stairs, would refill these smaller kegs and would take those upstairs instead. There is a couple of boxes kicking around in the area. Some of them have been chewed open. You can see like rice and grain from one box and like a heavy sack that we'll call that one the rice, the bag of rice. Both have been chewed at the corner and its contents are spilling out onto the ground. Um, you don't hear anything. There's like the slow dripping of water, as again the result of being a subterranean area. You think that that's to be expected. Uh, yeah, that's what you guys see in the room that you're in. The room to your north looks to be much of the same from what you can see. Um, these crates here are what look like corked and sealed bottles of you're not sure what. What do you guys do? Um, so I would say that this is a perception, and the difference being that perception is just like a general lookabout, and investigation is specific. Um, it sounds to me like you're having a general lookabout for any sign of people, things like that. So you guys can both roll that. Okay. Okay. Yep. But how this would work for traps is that this is like a general look about the room, and then if you came upon like a box or some shit or a chest that you wanted to open or a door, you could then basically roll again. This would be for like to notice a pressure plate or like a pit trap kind of thing in the room at large. You see what I'm saying? You don't see anything in here to your mind that would make sense that there wouldn't be. This is a work area and a storage area. Um, you did not see a lot of storage or things like that in the inn upstairs, so it kind of makes sense that there would be something like this. Loki, what are you up to?
Lee is interested in more like carefully moving and exploring upper here towards the kegs here, very very carefully. Now that a voice in his head is just you fool. Be more careful where you're going. You want to die here?
Maybe.
Or he's
All
just like, ah, right.
right. Are you looking for anything in particular or just looking around? Hakon has walked past you in this time and has picked up a pony keg and is filling it from one of the regular kegs. No, it's like I saw it as like a pony keg that didn't have like the top on it. You know what I mean? So essentially, he's just using it as a big ass glass.
Logan's just
Yeah.
procedurally looking around the kegs here, and Logie plans on just taking in inventory, really. I guess for this part right here, where he's looking around for the kegs, would that be investigation?
What what are you trying to discern exactly?
Oh, oh wait, you said that they were already tapped out, the kegs.
The five that are here are tapped, yes.
Yeah.
Um, if you were to look at the labels on each, they have like a different stenciling on them. Each in Dwarvish runes. I think you have Dwarvish, right? Uh, you speak Dwarvish, right?
Yeah.
Uh, hold on a second. I'm gonna have you roll um, a 1d100 five times.
Slash R 1D100
Yep, I didn't think you need a space there.
space after the R, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'm on a different page. What did you okay. Do that four more times.
Lord.
And tell me what the number is.
85 on that one. Trying to copy that. No.
99, 85, 70.
Uh,
Wow. Dude, what the fuck? You should be playing more random chance games.
yeah.
I have never in my life rolled a fucking straight hundred on a D100. I've rolled a lot of D100s. I've seen them come up when I've built in like random generators into Excel. Um, but yeah, that's okay. So we have five different five different kegs here, each one of which has already been tapped. Um, old what the fuck? Hakon has gone to the middle one, and as you're taking a look at these, like kind of leaning forward and squinting at each one, and trying to. Sorry, I'm looking for this at the same time. Like read each one, you start to figure out like, okay, this is how they're written. This is what they actually mean. The first one, and I'm going from left to right from the five kegs, is it reads gnome rum. The second is ochre jelly ale. The third is smear gnome, and as you're looking at it, you see Hakon lift his like the pony keg. He's like a quarter filled to his mouth and take a big drink, and you get a smell of whatever this is, and it kind of smells like rubbing alcohol would to you and me. Um, it's a clear liquid, and Hakon chokes a bit as he drinks it, and but still like pauses, chokes a little bit more, and then takes another drink, and then puts it down and wipes his mouth back of his hand. Says, "Oh, that is something else. I have to tell you. You rem- but but I kind of had this great idea." And he turns and he kind of walks back the way that you guys have come, like kind of muttering to himself as he goes. The next one down the line reads Ethereal Ale, and the last one reads Golden Goat. Yeah, pretty much.
No. No rum. No rum.
Labeled in Dwarvish, like runes. Like somebody had used charcoal to like, yeah, yeah. Okay. Midian, jump back to you there. Okay. Toss me a perception. Hmm. Um, It looks like more of the same. There's several crates of wine. There's a rack on the northern wall here. Oh shit, I did the opposite of what I wanted to do. Dude, sometimes this program is so responsive and others not at all. Um, it looks like more of the same. It looks like bottles of uh, wine or spirits kicking around. The crates look like more dried goods, beans, rice. Yeah, without investigating like each thing individually, that's pretty much what you're looking at. Rations. You're looking at everything that a busy inn would basically need to operate in this room. Oh shit! I gotta heat up a bottle here real fast. Put a pin in that. Yep. I'll be back in probably 15 to 20. My bad, dude. I'm sorry. Yep.